All right, Happy New Year, everybody. I'm Juanita and welcome back to the Knit Guru. This is my everything I plan to do in 2026. It's going to be such an unhinged video because, right, where do I start? We're building a house. The house is not finished yet. I'm hoping that the house is going to be finished shortly. When the house gets finished shortly, we'll be able to move in. But so much of my creativity is going into the house. Then so much of it is going to go into the landscaping. And then so much is going to go into what do I want for the house. That do I have plans? I don't know if I've got plans. I think I'm just going to be winging it as I go. But I will tell you what I do have in mind. This here is something that I got for my Christmas stocking. Everybody got a notebook this year in their Christmas stocking. And this is from a company called Callie. And in it, it's a knitting and crochet project book. So it's got months, it's got projects, it's got goals, it's got, I've skipped over some of it, works in progress and when things get finished and bits that you colour and then completed project checklists. So what I would like to do is I would like to be able to journal and keep up with all the projects I work on in 2026 in this book. And if this works, I would really like to be able to order a new one for every year, or eventually adapt and change it to what I want and get something published, because in my day job, I do work with a lot of printers, like professional printers, on a weekly basis, to be honest. So I have the access to being able to make my own relatively easily. So yeah, but that's what I want to try for this year, is to try and document everything. What I have managed to do for my Advent project is to document my Advent yarn just in this one here and how my Advent project was going. Not finished, by the way. So doing that and doing this sort of, it's been really nice. I do have I have a design booklet that has projects and project notes and bits of yarn in it and stuff like that. But I was finding that in having one notebook for the design and the recording the finished objects, it was starting to get a little bit out of hand. And I'm always flipping backwards and forwards to try and find where are my design notes, where are my finished projects, and I'm not going back and looking at them as much as I think I will with this here. So I'm looking forward to doing this. Moving into the house, it'll be nice that I will know exactly where this is at all times. As those of you who, if you know, you know, we've been living tiny for 3 years. So being able to put your hands on stuff is really difficult, particularly when you're a maximalist multi-crafter like I am. Because when I'm not knitting or crocheting, or I took up cross stitch during this year, or having a concussion or any of those things, it was quite a year, 2025. I'm hoping 2026 is uneventful, but eventful in only positive ways. So here are the other things I would like to be able to do. Oh, she says reaching over. Over the course of the year, I picked up these. This I ended up getting twice because somebody gifted it to me. What it is 50 tiny creatures to crochet, and they're all amigurumi animals. Now, what I'm thinking is that I don't want to look at any of the kit. They've got another box. So in here, what we've got is, it's a little book. It's telling me what I need. So I need to have 4-ply fingering weight cotton yarn with a 2.5 millimeter crochet hook. I'm not doing either of that. I'll have DK weight yarn and a 3.5 millimeter crochet hook because that's what I do. I do need to have a look at this because all the patterns on this deck are written using UK crochet terms. But it does at least have all the crochet techniques described in this book. What I was thinking that for amigurumi, I could randomly pull one of these for every month of every week, every day of May, and make one of these. Does this sound ambitious? Yes. Am I fine with that? I think I'm fine with that. So I'd like to do that in May. The other thing I would like to do, I've only picked up one and brought one up, but I have 3 granny square boxes, and I think they're all Claire Montgomery. I haven't actually checked. Yes. At least the regular one and the flowers one are Claire Montgomery. There is also another one which is granny squares, but they're not square. Well, they're squares, but I think they're knitted backwards and forwards. They're just different motifs rather than being the sort of granny clusters, granny squares. So what I would like to do here is to, the calendula. I was thinking about that earlier and not remembering what it is. I would like to make some of these, and I would like to make a, I would like to make a blanket or something out of some of these granny squares. I also have, because I sorted out, there is a knockoff version of the original granny square deck. So I got the original granny square deck, and then I saw that after I bought the original one from a local yarn shop, the algorithm kept suggesting the same thing to me every time I went shopping online. And one of the ones that came up, where I can't remember if it was Temu or AliExpress or one of those places, kept advertising the same thing, only it wasn't the same thing. So I did seek out the knockoff one. Now the knockoff one I did not buy from direct from the knockoff website. I bought it secondhand. So I'd like to think that at least somebody got their money back from being ripped off by buying the wrong one. And I don't mind giving them money rather than giving money to the people who ripped off Claire Montgomery. And I do want to go through and have a comparison of the knockoff one and the real one, because there's no way that the knockoff one is as good, because I've done enough granny square projects from discount locations to know that any crochet projects where the patterns aren't good, so they've knocked off the concept. The box is also like half the height, so there's no way there's anywhere near the amount of detail that are included in these. So I do want to do something like that. In the more immediate future, I do want to finish this project, and I do want to finish my Advent jumper. The other things that I've got in my plan to get done, other than finishing this one here as well, I do have 2 more vests to get working on, and they're both vaguely book themed. One's a crossword vest that is partially designed. I say partially designed, it's not fully designed, but what I want it to have is a whole set of words that go through the crossword that relate to me. So I haven't done the crossword bit of the design yet, but I have done the design of the other one. The other one is like a library card vest. Yeah, so there's that. Another thing I would like to do is I would like to knit a pair of UK-based socks, because there is a very high possibility that in the month of July, I will get to be in London and Stratford-upon-Avon working with the New Zealand, the Shakespeare Globe Centre New Zealand and their Young Shakespeare Company, working with the Globe Theatre and the Royal Shakespeare Company, and doing Shakespeare-based things for 3 weeks, where I will get to be in support of those that are performing. So I am looking forward to that, and I'm hoping that that does come through, because it would be absolutely an amazing opportunity. I have done this role before. I did this in 2019, but as we know, the world has changed a little bit since then. My whole life has changed since then. So yeah, I'm really excited about the possibility, and hopefully being able to do that. So that I'm looking forward to as well. What else are my goals for 2026? I would really like to get this YouTube channel monetized. So that means I need to get my watch hours up. So you're going to see more and more projects. I definitely have the plan to keep posting 2 videos a week until the end of time. I say that, but for the last month or so, I have not edited so many videos. There are so many videos that I've got sitting that are filmed and not edited at all, because with Vlogmas and the farmyard blanket, it's just been such a crazy, busy time getting all those videos done and up on a daily basis so that everybody could keep up. And yeah, so when you see this video, it should be the 1st of January. And the 1st of January, what day of the week is the 1st of January? It's a Thursday, I think. I think it's a Thursday. I think normally I would be posting on a Friday. I might not post on that Friday. On the following Monday will be my Everything I Knit and Crochet in the month of December. And then I don't know what the videos are going to be. I've got a whole stack of videos that need to be edited and uploaded. I've got a whole stack of patterns that I need to make tutorials for. I've got so many things to do. But I've been recovering from a concussion, so everything's taken longer. We've been building the house, so everything's taken longer because I've had to take on more responsibilities so that my partner can actually swing the hammer. Like with that level of building house, it's not just we've got somebody coming in to do the work. It is hands-on, and I do need to paint the rest of the house. So far, the living room is finished. The wardrobes are painted. It's a long story. I need to work on the laundry today, and then I'll be able to start checking off a few more rooms here and there. Yeah, the aim is to finish them off so that we can install things. I need to clean the kitchen. That sounds ridiculous, but we bought a second-hand kitchen, so at some point I need to sit down and scrub the kitchen so that when it goes in, it's clean. I really want to repaint the kitchen, but that's not a today job. It's not a this week job. That is a down the line job. But when it does get repainted, it'll be navy blue. We're sitting in my dining room right now. So yeah, I've got a fairy garden I want to build. There's a whole stack of things. So there are definitely plans for 2026. I just can't tell you what they are in terms of knitting and crochet. I do know that once I'm in, I'm going to be able to see so many of the whips that have just been in storage. I'm going to see so much yarn that's just been in storage. There are going to be so many things that I'm going to want to have in the house. I do want to make one of those dragon eye pillows for my stepson in a purple shade, because he's been put in the purple room. Well, actually, no. I chose the colours for the bedrooms, and then I let him pick from those colours as to which one he wanted for his room. And I figure it's not the most 20-year-old boy colour in the world. It's purple. But if I make him a dragon's eye pillow, which will test my crochet skills, that would be cool. And that would be cool if I could make that for his birthday. It would be, I've got an opportunity to write a Fair Isle crochet pattern to match a knit pattern for the next Wararapa Wool weekend. So I'm looking forward to that challenge. I haven't written a Fair Isle crochet pattern before, so I feel like I've got a steep learning curve ahead of me in order to make sure that this pattern is coherent for all the people who want to be able to make the hat to match the knitted version. Yeah. So there's that. These are my 2025, my 2026 plans for knitting and crochet. I will catch you next week. Happy New Year, everybody. Bye.